Hey everybody, this is Demama Bomb. My fourth try getting a usable video out for this. Not very good with a handheld GoPro, but here goes it once more. Hopefully I can get a usable video this time. Getting a lot of questions lately. Posted a recent ad about my motion sensors. It's raised a lot of questions for a lot of people, and hopefully this video can answer some of your questions. So the motion sensor that I have here today is one I made for a member of the Airsoft Society who put their faith in me. Thank you very much. And hoping to get a quick video out before I sent it out to them. Once again, thank you. So this particular motion sensor I have set up with no sensor trip light, a switch on it, as you can see, woodland paint, a antenna for it, and I'm working on a molly clip so you can put it on a vest on the molly webbing, and so you can carry it around real easily, pull it out and put it away real quick. Probably a very helpful feature. And this particular receiver box, I have it wired to an external color changing LED. I have it pointed upwards so that if it's put in the pocket of a vest, it shines upwards towards your face and hopefully alerting you better. And I have it wired to an internal vibration motor. It still makes quite a bit of noise just because it's a squeaky motor, but that's good and bad. It's not completely silent, but that little bit of sound could help you hear it if you're walking around or doing anything making a lot of noise engaged in combat. So I'll show you exactly how they work right now. Have this one wired to the switch. Very useful. Much better than having to unscrew 2 screws to reach the battery and disconnect it, rather than having an on-off switch. So I'll turn that on. Has about a 15-second prime. Once it primes up, it'll start detecting motion. There's no wires attached, as you can see, nothing between the two. They communicate between direct radio frequency. It has an advertised range of 300 feet. I haven't had a chance to test this. Of course, that's in ideal conditions, you know, yada yada, mountain top to mountain top. I believe that's what ideal is. So there it goes, it just tripped. I'll turn the receiver box off so it's not overshadowing my talking. So yeah, they're advertised to have a 300-foot range, and I took the antennas and extended them outside of the boxes, which anybody who knows about how antennas and radio waves work, by bending and folding an antenna, it severely hurts the range and sensitivity of an antenna. So by taking them out of the box, that hopefully increases it. So if I'm trusting what advertised ranges are and my limited knowledge of radio waves, I would suspect they get closer to 450 to 500 feet, that you can go from the receiver to the sensor and still pick up a sense trip. So I'll show you real quick exactly how they work. So this detects motion and it trips this, and as you can hear and sort of see, it's vibrating, lights going off. It's very good to be, it'll watch your back better than any teammate would be willing to. Nobody wants to stand around and watch your back, and this little device here will do it for you all day without any complaining or anything that any teammate will ever do to you. It has a high and a low setting for one of the output channels. This one's 2 channels, or like I said before, the diode and the internal vibration motor. And this particular one, the internal motor is wired to the strength switch, so it has a half setting to be quieter and lighter. It's a bit harder to hear. These ones have a woodland paint job on them, done by yours truly. One of my biggest personal concerns is little kids on the field. They're just walking around trying to have fun, getting angry, whatever it is. They always seem to just want to shoot at things. And if your motion sensor is there, I'm always fearful that that would get the brunt end of these ignorant children. Now, the plastic on the bodies of these is very durable. I suspect that they could take quite a few shots and still be fine. But the diffuser on the sensor is pretty soft, pretty movable. And if that were to get shot, I'm not sure, I've never tested it, but I believe a BB with a reasonable velocity would go right through that. And the chipboard, the circuit board, is right behind that. And in the off scenario that it hit a capacitor or severed a electrical wire, it would probably disable the whole unit. Of course, I'm not sure about that. I didn't buy any of these and shoot at them. One day I might do that for fun and to see how it works under stress like that, but for now we'll just hope that my paint job is enough to keep it hidden, that won't be a problem. So the best thing about these is they're super sensitive. Don't quote me on this, but I believe the range is 30 feet wide by 15 high by 20 away. Again, don't quote me on that. It'll be posted in my ad. So yeah, the sensor is not tripped by light. They use passive infrared rays. A PIR sensor, you could look that up in case you're curious about how they work exactly. But these specific ones are used to monitor cars, and behind the lens of it was a plastic piece. I actually have it right over here. Let me get that for you. This was behind the diffuser to severely limit the capability of it, which I will remove on every single unit, greatly increasing the sensitivity. But back to what I was saying before, the sensor is not tripped by light, so if somebody shines a flashlight at it, or it starts to get dark, or the lights turn on and off, or whatever reason the light changes in the room, they're not affected. These will work in complete pitch black. They will work on the brightest sunny day. I'll turn the light on and off here. Gotta turn it back on to prove that. So there you go. See how sensitive they are. I'm trying to stand as still as possible and I'm still tripping it. So there's the light going on and off, and they're perfectly fine. That's from my arm moving away from the switch. I have a bright flashlight around here somewhere. I'll get back to the second part of the video to show you that they really do work with bright flashlights too. Alright, so I'm back here with my flashlight that I was just telling you about. The Cree XML flashlight has 3 diodes. It's unreasonably overpowered. I bought it solely for the purpose of just blinding people who were annoying me, or for good night use. It lights up so much. So how the passive infrared sensors work is when they sense a difference in the reflected infrared values it senses, it trips. So an insane amount of direct light difference will trip it, but keep in mind just how bright this flashlight is. It's probably not good for the purpose of this video, but I'm going to use it anyway to show you just how much light is really needed. So there's the light, turning it on. I'm going to move the focus around, get it closer and closer so you can see. Even with that gradual change, it didn't trip it. There it goes again for me talking. So if I quickly move the light away and flash it right on it, it'll trip, but a sunset won't be enough to trip it, or even a flashlight in the other end of the room. Let me switch this over to strobe. Even that's not enough to trip it. So there you have it. There's the light test for it, and I'll get back to you with the outside portion of this video to show you me walking around like an idiot in a field to show you the sensitivity of these. Here I am, guys, back outside. I'm gonna show you me walking around like an idiot in my yard just to get a good idea of how well they work on the exact use that they will be used for, a person walking around.